pipi aban betum wa be den wa be ye
ndi ti wa tena da 32 years àwọn atu abana ndi sa won yan ko si bi afi hu na ya pa ya gba nda ba omi owini no nyama papa o de kunfi yen saka no yen saka mama ni papa bia de ma ekunfuman because mama wa ni papa me ekunfuman a anka atamisi win otum be sida o de sha atamisi nyam be APP nya o fa be de ni po betum be sida da ma atamisi na bushafo mo ye be bituma wa de bo ti won huto wo ye ma etiese ekunfuman ina da won sha emade mba wa bo na wo mo nchi ado na ekunfu otom onbue enye ye fa wuzi
menu age papa o sande se yan papa yan dofo yan president awenya ne baby ko nyakopon offer ne crazy na me pata odem wentu wanhye na nyimnyam otedem na yen papa Dr. Matthew Boku Prempe wahye na nyimnyam otedem a nyakopon onhira yen papa damadu sunfu bi na odan yen papa na komado on the 7th of December 2024 nyakopon oma ombrem
za abanya na owodo no okan mabusuya yetirim yen de ma ya pene do no ya misa de no mumu wahin no tom wonhuni another asama wonhuni aspiring vice president mi shawo bode e kwalu ko ya obeyeye
what stress nipa nyina ya baako na ahaban no etigu ho no ma ebi ye yellow ebi ye brown and ebi su ye black and ebi su ye green ya be onshira onyo kese
ya mi siom the more to na see them na awie konyimizi
John Dramani Mahama ye president 4.5 years when two men see asumdwe pa Samuel Atamils KEMP Nimya Kabman Atamils obi sound there 12 years then I didn't one be why edi a president news ni si enyonyam ni pa e dey outside etimi ni anako he listened to my cry and said, Kwaku, how can I help you? And he said, I gave him to the family. And this is what the family said they wanted. NAPO, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
President Mills, you wanted to have Busia. Sir Busiana and Tetseda, Mara, Yedi Papa, Akakana, Yafakana, and Shedasa. Kwaku, you do on free Kumha. And so, the Jamaican Neswa. Why you President Mills? So we the bush for correct President Mills, until you took me my NDC. NDC is went to me and shed it. Yeah. And when you forecast me, almost say, and your BB,
Yenam ko benina nyalele yenam yenadisa dina obeya mountisa botar denti nyajidi nyami beye obeyama saunya jida nyami beyama
nipa no anase nipa makuo no ayaya hwehwemu no so omwani bi a na ho okay ana interest bi a play a role in the study they are doing. Nyamianim se wo ya de na ohwe enie ha one kasa researcher no obey carried away by the physical or the public appearance. A more typical example of Ghana ha. Na me baby na me so Ashanti region de ha na me wo. And na regional elections also take a lot of interesting form Ashanti region so be the last regional elections
ameka chema wuntimi ne koka
chema wuntimi ne nua ode ne ho sama no de no kwekwa apia de no. It was an interesting one because na me sha there is this general suggestion say the German election kwa de ato awie ma obakwa awie ni awie na me wa na research for yi bia wadaruba ya de betu mu say and yes I dey achama wunti me lusu like with a landslide victory. I was like, oh, I thought they are not general winning shada ni what form ni NAPO. Let me take a quick run through after Ashanti region 47 constituencies. Let me try and do one or two research and see. Surprisingly, I found Chamawunti to be winning by 57.8%. And me yes, okay, fine, but me find some. But never me deba out near another research team or no so that kind of no there. I can't necessarily kodo Tony Agyeta who say there's a lesson called the train of school. But my studies have been done with the right people, right design, the right methodology, the right sample. So why am I keeping mind? Let me meet the press and announce. And let me share press no and I may announce so yeah. Yeah, two abanimie no. Exactly my prediction was the case. And about the saying that research no akaniti they were carried away by the general or the public apparel. And the number two so no. Because we cannot do for every voter. Ghana there were 18 million voters now plus. Untimi yes baby abenya 18 million in Nyani Makasa. Into Noyana usually we draw a sample. Now, mistake a polling a for the especially Ghana higher DAB mehubi. The social monsuman who be. But I could be out of curiosity into me pulling the whole report. I was surprised. Say, number one, Obi draw conclusions based on the sample. Apart from the weaknesses in the sample, conclusions are not drawn based on samples. This is very fundamental statistical law. Draw conclusions. In fact, the samples and the draw conclusions, but you draw conclusions not on sample. I hope I'm not confusing anybody.
Me okay. But just watching.
I mean, the general population is there. You have Ghana and Kenya 100. And the echo to about the many 100 in Mukasa. I can no. And one say, me shall say, win the baby with this, because we be a sort of about the Kasa. But when you mean Mankasa now you sample. Apart from the fact that Ghana has samples of who be a very weak and unfortunate, they end up drawing the conclusion still on the sample. 54 Kirby, and the thing I draw out of all those ones is that the fundamental mistake they are doing is that apart from the sample, that is a problem. They are also drawing conclusions from the sample, which is not supposed to be the case.
Prof, I talk about sample size. To say be a CDD4. For the past 10 years, CDD4 you sue is 1,300 sample size, as I said. Bisa, yeah, now what can one banana?
To make a sample, no, that is a marker size, any technique, meaning album. But whether the technique or the size, the results that you get should not form the basis for your conclusions. Fundamental law. Advanced statistical techniques and also inferential statistical techniques supporting the data you have so that you subject your data not to those techniques and then based on that do inference, statistical inference. No what free the general descriptive statistics, no now call inferential statistics. And based on the
analytics, analytics, no.
Analytics, tables and graphs. Analytics, so a table. They are simplified the entire number in a very simple form. Analytics simple means tables and graphs. But statistical techniques. Statistics no define here. You say it is the process of collecting data, analyzing the data, and then bringing out information. I am talking about the analysis. It is the information that can be put in analytics. They say, it's the same information, nobody debate tables, so no, they have to nice graphs, visual, and then. But analysis, no, drawing meaning out of the data, no, and then say, I'm for the loose. And the more be a sample. That sample near week. say yes strong. Na meche weak and strong in sumu. Number one, say a sample be a weaker. Just and satisfy the minimum sample size. Just a sample near weak. And number two, say a robust, just a representative enough. Sample size, none many about who share with TV so and come over app. And another say, a woman sample, as it say, yikakra, if you don't like a family, yikakra, dear. But I hear a you know, it has, and the sample size, the population size gives you an indication of the sample size. Nipa me 1,000 uyimu 500 and also 300 a year. Nipa me ko manim 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million no. Ultimate cost 500 no. Until you increase the sample size in accordance with the population increase. And I'm saying that there is a minimum sample requirement for a given population size. Because we baby ma obi enemy GH say I Prof bibi say be any sample there no one say nipa dom ne say where you move down there. I disagree. As a professor of statistics, I disagree with whoever thinks that.
I even think say beside the sample size no krampo no baby wo yi o mafri no ye no so krampo sa important critical and ambassador
very, very critical. There's something Nankasa there home say. It's a message that people should take their time and understand the concept of sampling because population interview. We will definitely do some level of sampling. But people should bear in mind that the process of selecting a sample is a complex one. It's not as simple as for and the minimum requirement required for a population like what we have, 17 million to 18 million voters, no? Media may come over video to say, about a population of a size 17 million to 8 million that we have, no? And you say, where sample size, when sample size of 16,500, and they could 17,000 nominally. I mean, we were just on interview. If he was my student in a PhD class, statistics PhD class, I would have proved to him or given it to him as an assignment to go and investigate why, if a population size is 10, the sample size, minimum sample size required should be that which I said. And so, a collective is on common, but may come a few days to say, so what sample size, or population be at 17 million to 8 million, will be a person elections research, Diano, 20 million sample size, Crano, 16,500. It took a baseline survey, I'm a debano. Now, me was sample size of 60,000. 60,000 instead of 16,000 minimum. No, I was using a sample size of 60,000. And do you know why? The reason is that so minimum sample size no real. Emra akasi statistical laws akasi me and say if you can increase the sample size, continue to increase it because the larger the sample size above the minimum sample size, the more your data begins to behave like the population. Ente me no be share now I sample of maybe 7,000. Now me report here next week and me was sample size of 100,000 unless there is some biases. But say genuine, if I say the end genuine, me so the end genuine. The mere fact that I have more sample size, makes my results more stable than the results. So then I'm not going.
Me wa class my pajamas into no. Me person me
question time.
Question time. Me contribution krampo. You wo studio say no mo. Ye ensia. Me wa ha da sebre wa ha woten. Bagels wa ha say no mo. Faka say no mo na the rule enso ha. Wo ba na wo so pe aduane a ye pepa. Na enipa say you think say one a fair representation. Na wo hia da sebre jedwam na obaka konkonti. Na momo no wo hia enipa mienu a that's a beka kokunte ba ko beka fufuo na je sa apai wo share enipa miensa out of 6 e wa say no ma mienu beka fufuo ama ba ko pe e na beka kokunte na che say the wo can me no ya adwo bi can me no ya adwo in total said the larger your sample size the fairer the representation becomes and I'm
yes, absolutely. Yes, no. The law of statistical regularity. Now, can't see here, you know. Yes, the law of statistical regularity. The law of statistical regularity is say sample size is the minimum, but the minimum the larger the sample size. In fact, the more you increase the sample size, the more your sample begins to behave like the population. And see, the larger, the better. So, Lord, no,
all right. Yeah, and nyame adoma next week no ye be hwe wanim say results no